Oh, cool. Hey. Good evening,
Sorry to
everybody.
wake you up.
Yeah, I'm out here making notes still, trying to make sure that I sound somewhat intelligent. I don't know. I'm not going for the full thing, but hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Talkin Dirty with myself, Pat Reiser, and the GOAT of OCFS, Brett Hearn. How's everything?
Everything's great. We have so much to talk about this week.
Do you see we have three? I have 3 pages. You've condensed it down to 1 because you're just that good. Right?
Well, there's a lot of stuff happening.
There's a lot of stuff going on,
and we're only days away from the track opening for practice this weekend, and then opening day a week later. So things are really shaking up. So I would like to also thank. This week I did a little piece with the Orange County Chamber of Commerce. They interviewed me as a new member of the Commerce, or the Speedway as a new member of the Commerce, and
it's really well done.
Thank you.
Really well done.
Thank you. Very professional, and really had a good time doing that. So I want to thank them for having me on.
Yeah, it was great. Where
do you want to start?
I was going to say, we got a ton of stuff to do and not so much time to get it done. So let's just get right into it. First thing I want to talk about is membership is available for small block sportsmen, rookie, the rookie sportsmen, and the street stocks for the Speedway, and there is dirt membership available at the office.
Right. So just remember, the memberships are only necessary if you want to be eligible for the point funds, but in the dirt car membership is mandatory for any big block drivers.
For big block drivers.
But if you are a crew person and you get the memberships, whether it be a dirt membership or the track membership, it does get you a discounted price every single event here. So in the long run, you'll save the money and then some. So it's not a bad deal either way.
No, not a bad gig at all.
All right, so we understand that.
Yep. I think that's pretty good.
We do have some reserved pit parking left. It's a little bit limited. As we talked about it in the past, we're trying to move the taller trailers to the infield, or to the center of the infield, to maximize visibility in the corners for the stands and the drive-in. So we're taking a very organized approach to how we do the pit area, and we expect that this weekend at practice we're going to try to get everybody pretty darn close to the spot they're going to use for the rest of the year.
But if they had stuff if they paid for a spot last year, that carries over.
They're already on the map.
Yep, they're already on the map. So don't worry about that.
Right, and it's not mandatory that you have a spot. It's just a convenience that we offer.
It's just easier.
It's easier. Everyone knows that they can get there anytime, whether it be early or later on if they get caught, working on the car late or whatever, and they can get to there and go right in their spot. It just makes things a lot easier.
Yeah, consistency.
So
is nice.
those are there. We've got the entire infield marked out. The spots are all marked out, similar to the way they were for Eastern States weekend, and it should be fairly well organized.
Good. So for the April 3rd,
and I think this is a big one. This is a big one. This is the one that everyone's been waiting for.
Yes. I have I have many people that kind of reach out to me that say, "Hey, listen, you got the inside scoop." I was like, I wish I did, but I don't. But I got it now. For April 3rd. The Oval Kickoff 40 grandstands, the grandstand tickets will go on sale Thursday at 10 a.m. And kids 12 and under are going to be free.
That's correct.
How you're going to get those? You're going to call the office. There's going to have, several people working the phones. And when you purchase those ahead of time, they will be reserved at will call.
That's correct. So it's very similar to how we did some of the stuff last year. Mm-hmm. There'll be a will call window at the ticket booth. Your envelope will be there waiting for you. They'll wristband you and send you in. Now, there's a couple things we had to do. Now, first of all, it's limited capacity.
Yes.
So there's going to be some urgency for people to get, if they want a certain section. There's going to be some urgency. So the phones are going to be a little bit tied up, especially early on Thursday. So the way we had to do it was we broke it down into 4 sections. I'm talking about the grandstands only.
Yes.
We have a first-turn bleacher. We have a full grandstand. We have the half-covered grandstand, and we have the fourth-turn bleacher. And we have only X amount of tickets available for each section. So first come, first serve, we'll be able to pick the section they want to sit in.
Yep.
And we will be able to maximize the spacing and do all the right things with masks and
Yeah.
so on, and make
Yep.
it as safe as possible for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, that way
So that's going to be
everybody's-
our ultimate concern is going to be making sure that we have everything spaced out the way we're supposed to.
Yep. And again, Thursday, 10 a.m.
Thursday at 10 a.m.
Kids 12 and under are free.
Correct.
What's Thursday's date for?
Thursday's date is going to be. Hang on, give me 1 second.
I'm not even sure what that is.
Thursday's date is going to be. Oh, it's my birthday, April 1st. Damn, I should.
Is it really? No,
I
it's
mean-
not April 1st. It's this Thursday.
Oh, this Thursday? I
Yes.
apologize. That's the 25th.
That's why I said same
Yeah, the 25th. I apologize.
All right.
The 25th.
The 25th. 2 days from today.
That's correct.
All right,
Yeah, 10
there we
a.m.
go. All right,
Thank
we're-
you for
we're-
clearing that
we're-
up.
we're in
Jake.
agreement on that.
This is why you get paid the big bucks. That's why you're here. That's why you're here.
Now, one other footnote on these tickets. These are all general admission tickets.
Yes.
They're not reserved seats.
So you're
because we do have to
reserving
get
the
spacing.
you're reserving the
The
area. Okay.
The section. And we do have a very limited capacity. So I would advise
them while they're
anyone
hot.
that wants to come to get their ticket in advance.
Get 'em.
And get that taken care of. Now, on the other thing is the drive-in section, that'll be open as normal.
Yep.
And that will be a general admission as normal.
Yep.
Ticket booth open as normal. The only thing that we're going to do that worked out real well last year is that we are going to offer reserved spots in the top 3 rows. And that was popular for people that don't want to necessarily come and fight for the top row
Yeah.
or for
Yeah.
a particular spot they want. And because we have that lined also now and mapped out, we can
It's
cone
so
it.
easy.
And again, that's
Yeah.
your spot. You don't have to get here
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
hours before hot laps or 3 hours
I
before
gotta
hot
tell
laps
you,
and get in line.
If I wasn't in the infield, that's where I'd be. That is by far one of the coolest experiences, at least in my opinion. Just sitting out, in the tailgate of your truck and enjoying the races and being outside at the same time.
I've never done a race like that. I've done a couple of movies like that, but
And I'm the opposite. I've never done a movie.
that's your
so
spot, right?
That's it.
Well, again, we have the proper spacing in the
Yep.
drive-in, the same way we did for Eastern States, so that everyone's going to be safe. Obviously, the state mandates that we have masks while people are together, even outside.
Yep.
At least for now. Hopefully, that'll change as the summer goes on.
Yep.
So as long as we have everyone's cooperation in this whole process, we can open up safely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
things are only going to get better.
just trying to keep everybody in mind.
Right.
That being said, moving on, the pit area admission is going to be available for team members, going back to normal.
Back to normal, yeah.
Yeah.
Regular sign-in booth.
Yep. Yep.
Regular procedure, pits in the infield.
The classic
Yeah,
procedure.
the way we've always known it to be. right?
Exactly. Streaming is going to be available, correct?
We will have streaming, especially for as in the beginning of the year here, while we're under limited capacity, and maybe beyond. I hope. The streaming has been upgraded. We constantly try to upgrade that and try to make it better. I think that we have some good ideas on how to make it better. I expect that probably this weekend we're going to do a trial run on Saturday. That'll be out on our Facebook Live page. It'll be no charge, and it's really a dry run for the video guys to try to just practice a little bit. They need practice.
Yeah, they need practice
just like we do on the track,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. For sure.
So they that'll be happening Saturday for sure. I think
Yep.
just Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, everyone practices their technique a little bit.
Yeah,
and
no kidding.
we try to make that as good as we can.
No kidding. Yeah, speaking of practice, we are going to have practice 2 days this weekend. Right?
Correct.
So Saturday being the 27th and Sunday being the 28th. On Saturday, gates are going to open 3 to 7. Excuse me. 3 to 7.
On the track from 3 to 7.
Yes. Gates are going to open at 1 p.m.
Correct.
I apologize. On Sunday, we're going to have a little bit of an earlier start. We're going to go 12 noon to 4 p.m.
Correct.
On track, gates are going to open at 10 a.m.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
$25 at the gate. There is going to be no grandstand. I keep talking to you. Going to be no grandstand or drive-in available. So if you'd like to come experience this, it's going to be a pit admission only.
Right. Right.
However, Enduro drivers can be on track Sunday. They're going to be the last session on the Sunday practice.
Right. And we'll give them a fair amount of time
Yes.
to do that.
Yep.
Because they are enduros. enduros have to last,
They need to, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
so
that's,
you have
that's
to
the
have
whole,
those-
that's the name
you
of
have
the
to have,
game.
it's not, it won't be green, white, check.
I've never done one, but they sure
right.
are entertaining.
Right. Oh my gosh. So on the track prep scene, I spoke to Anthony Perrego's with us tonight, and I spoke to him when he walked in here, and he said, "I heard you scraped all the new clay off the track," and I said, "No, it wasn't like that at all. We skimmed a little bit off the top there just to get the loose stuff off the top." And so we want to squash that rumor before that starts. So
Yes.
it's the surface will be the same clay. And we also had a little bit of a underground issue in turn 2 with a broken pipe. It wasn't really a broken pipe. It's pretty much a pipe that's probably been
broken for a while.
compromised for 20 years that
Yeah.
that we're in the process of fixing. And it'll be about anywhere from 10 to 20 feet wide from side to side. It's basically a drainage pipe that runs from the street and fills our pond up. So
Yeah.
it gives us water.
Yeah, it's a
so
water track.
they expect to have that sealed up tomorrow, and we'll get some clay on top of that. So we might have a little bit of a soft spot, but I believe that's like the only soft spot that's going to be anywhere in the track, and we should be able to handle that thing pretty quick.
Yes.
So I'm not too worried about that. So if anybody's hearing things about
Yep.
those two things, that's the
and
truth.
That's the best part about this show. Is
Right.
that they can hear it from you.
We get to hear
and,
we get to talk the truth.
and no one else.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yes. Yes.
On a lighter note, we do have some signage available.
We do.
Is that correct?
The sponsorship thing is really picked up, and it's going so well.
Just like United Rentals.
Just like United Rentals, we're going to talk about that.
That's right.
And some of the things that we that we got accomplished this week, thanks to Peter Reynolds and all the work that he's doing behind the scenes, and some of our partners that were in last year that are coming back this year, and some new ones, and some really cool stuff that we're going to continually add, and we're working hard behind the scenes to continually add things that are going to make these big block shows bigger.
Yep.
Are going to make the small block shows better.
I'm excited.
There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen, a lot of special awards. We have other things in the pipeline that are coming that we can't quite talk about tonight, but we will talk about in the very near future.
Yes.
So that being said, we are selling some signage along the pit lane.
Yep.
That'll be easily seen from the streaming cameras.
Yep.
It's a great deal. I think it's a great deal. We also have some bigger billboards, and we hope to have other signage opportunities. So if anybody wants to tap into the racing community for that kind of exposure, I think we can help.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, everything is moving along very, very well.
Thanks to Peter. There you go. So, as everyone knew from our last show, we had our rookie sportsman lineup extravaganza. Is that a proper
email extravaganza?
Yeah, email extravaganza, and I really hope everybody had their dial up tuned in, real nice. But we have a very diverse field, a lot of different, age ranges and backgrounds and different guys and gals that are going to race rookies. But overall, the guy with the quickest trigger finger on the email was Joe Conklin Jr. So a lot of folks probably know.
Yeah, it was
his
pretty
father.
interesting because all the emails
It was
came in at
bang,
8
bang,
o'clock.
bang, bang, bang.
So I don't know how they get sorted, but it was pretty interesting to see how everybody got registered really quick when there was something on the line.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, so Joe's going to start on the poll for what is it? The 10th,
Correct.
April 10th.
Yep.
Rookie show, and that'll be great.
Yeah.
That'd be
We'll
great.
get that fired off. A lot of interest, and it should be very entertaining to say the least.
Yes.
We have we have to welcome back also True Hilton.
Yep.
As the official hotel of Orange County Fair Speedway. That's the True Hilton's on the backside of the track on Dunning Road.
Yeah.
And they've been a great partner. They were a great partner last year, and they'll have a special room rate for anyone that's coming to Orange County that doesn't want to go home after the races.
Yeah.
And for any other reason.
Yeah. I was
And
gonna say, it's like, phew.
so that's always great to have them back, and looking forward to working with
Super
those
clean
guys
over there. Super
Yeah,
clean.
real nice. I
Really
stayed
nice.
there.
Really nice spot. We also have to welcome our official parts vendor and Hoosier dealer, and now the VP Racing Fuels vendor for the track, which is going to be ECS Auto.
Correct.
So they're going to have all of your tires and your fuel, so all your consumable stuff, along with anything else that you're going to need in the parts trailer.
Right.
The only but is their fuel is not going to be here for the practice session. So if you are coming with your car, please make sure that you are making fuel arrangements for practice. They will have fuel, correct me if I'm wrong, for opening night and beyond.
There should not be any reason why they shouldn't.
Perfect.
Now, there's a couple things with the way they want to do their fuel arrangement. They're not going to pump by the gallon. They'll have 5-gallon pails and drums only.
Gotcha.
And then that's the way that they chose to do it.
Yep.
But they will have fuel available. You can pick it up anytime during the week from their store directly, or you could pick it up at the track. Either way.
Perfect.
And we do, obviously, in the rule book, we mandate that VP is our fuel.
Yep.
Obviously, the crate still can use any kind of pump gas, but there's no additives of any sort. So,
Absolutely.
VP is just an awesome product. I've been on board with them since the early '90s, and it's pretty hard stuff to beat.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely,
happy to have them there.
Again, biggest thing is that if you are counting on fuel for practice,
Right.
make other arrangements. But
Right. Now, I do believe that Barron's Speed does have fuel on board there.
Yep.
But again, like you said, make arrangements before
make
this
arrangements.
weekend because there's not going to be any fuel at the track.
That's right. We do have a lot of we can solidify and announce our open wheel sponsors. Is that correct? Is that what I'm reading here?
Well, we want to talk a little bit about the tech crew.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
I like that idea. Yeah, Dave Du Bois is going to be our head tech inspector. Dave helped George Johnson, who is going to be here for a short while.
Yeah, George has been around the Speedway for a long time. A
while,
great tech guy. Been here a long time, but he's getting to that the time where he wants to move to Florida.
Yeah.
How do you blame him, right?
I would too, but I still got a few more years.
Dave and him have worked together really well last year, and George will be around for about half a season, and then Dave will take over for the balance of the year, and that should work out pretty well. Everybody's familiar with him.
Yep.
Good level-headed guy. So I think that everything will work out really fine.
Yeah,
there.
he's always a straight shooter, and that's what you need in a tech inspector.
Now the other thing that I'm really excited about.
I was going to say,
Yes.
this one's
I think
double underlined, highlighted, and circled a couple times.
We have we've landed our sponsors for every single division that we run on a regular basis. This week, United Rentals came back to sponsor the big block modified dirt car class. HO Penn Cat has come back to do the small block modifieds. We've got Arkell Motors for the sportsman.
Stuff.
Good to see them back. They were a huge supporter of Orange County for many years. But they haven't been here the last couple of years, and I'm just really excited to have those guys back. And Precision Hydraulic and Oil is going to sponsor the rookies.
Yeah.
So all these divisions are now covered, and this will really help us with point funds and to build these events better and better.
And basically just giving back to the drivers and giving back to the teams, which is the best part.
So if anybody's looking for anything that these people offer,
let them know.
These are the people you want to go see.
Yeah, absolutely. Track crew update. This is what I thought you were going to go to, and I was like, "Oh, you're really teasing these poor people." I don't know how many people are watching right now, but this is a big one.
Yeah, so I think our very first episode, I shocked you by saying that Matt.
Yeah, why? I still think back to this. Like every time I walk through the door, I'm like, I really hope Brett doesn't have something up his sleeve like that again, because I was kind of flabbergasted. It takes a lot to keep me speechless, but
that was our episode 1. It was shocking, right?
Anyway,
this is how it worked out. Okay, so everyone knows that Matt decided he wanted to go back to racing the car. He felt it was a little less stressful than doing the track, so I don't blame him. But the Rotundo family is a very famous family for the Orange County Fair Speedway. They did the track when I first came here in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever, and Carmen Rotundo had reached out to me several times the last year or so, and and said, if there's ever an opportunity I can work with you to do the track, I want to do it with you. So Carmen has come on to do the track with a little bit of help, and he's going to head up the group. Anthony Lehman, a former crew member of mine from the Freightliner days, has been helping him out here, and we got a couple other guys that come in here and pack with us on race day or whatever. So I'm pretty enthused that Carmen is going to give it everything he's got, and we're going to do the best we can.
And with a last name like Rotundo, how like it's just in your blood at that point.
When it comes to Orange County, they grew up here. They came here and rode the grader with diapers.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah,
It's pretty hard to beat that, right?
That's an awesome gift for the racetrack, and it's an even better one for the drivers.
Right.
Right. So, super happy to have Carmen come on board, but we're also super happy to have Wicked Truck Works come on board.
Yeah, these guys are pretty cool.
Yeah,
and,
this is very creative. I really like how this whole deal was set up. Do you want to talk about it, or do you want me to talk about it?
You can talk about it. Just mention that they're in Montgomery.
Yeah. Right off old exit 5 on 84. But so Wicked Truck Works in Montgomery came up to one of the guys here in the office and said, listen, we want to come on board and we want to offer up a back-to-back bonus. And what that means is that anybody in any division, if you win back-to-back features, you will get a bonus.
That's it. Simple and dry.
It's that's simple. So big blocks are going to be $500. Small blocks are going to be $300. Sportsman will be $2, and street stocks will be $1. Street stocks, we don't forget about you. We love you. You're a good part of this show. We can't forget about you, and neither did Wicked Truck Works.
Right.
So back to back.
And we are working on some other things that can really to make all these divisions better.
It's awesome.
But it's a work in progress, and we're still in the recovery phase.
Yes, yes,
but there's a lot of excitement for this stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a super cool deal that they came to us with. It's super awesome to have a sponsor that is enthused about it.
Right. Now the other one I'm excited about, another special award. Mm-hmm. Well, not really a special award, but a little bit of a help, right? Yeah. So the rookie sportsmen, we only had a winner's share for their races. Their races are short, and those guys are just basically trying to get experience. Mike Kolka and his business at MJK Home Maintenance stepped up and added $100 for second place for all 6 races.
That's awesome.
They do lawn maintenance and snow removal. So if, again, another business that we can support, let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? Especially a guy that's supported the racetrack for
and a guy that's raced here and and drinks a lot at the 31st
I was going to say, I was like, we call him the mayor for a reason, man. That's Mayor Mike.
Right.
So.
That's right. That's MJK Home Maintenance.
That's
so
right.
Let's keep them guys in mind.
So last bit of news, because like I said, we've got a ton of stuff going on. And I got to keep everything on a tight ship here, Brett. The online car show is going to be open through Sunday night. So it's going to close on Sunday night. So if it doesn't cost anything to enter.
Right. And we do have some tires to give away and some other
tires
stuff.
And listen, if anybody knows how much tires are, it's you. Well, I guess I would know too, but you've certainly bought more tires than...
I mean, I know what a lot of them cost. I know you know what at least one costs, right?
I only buy one at a time. I only buy one at a time. I'll say that. I'm just, you know what? I'm just going to leave me alone, Brett, okay? We want to welcome in the winner of Miss OCFS, Erica Buxton.
Come on in.
How are you?
Yeah. Hi, how's everybody?
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
So, a lot of things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe all that stuff we just talked about? That's a lot of stuff, isn't it?
A lot of stuff going on. It's going to be a great season.
Yeah. How are you stacking up the excitement? Are you
really excited?
You're really excited.
I'm so excited.
That's awesome. Are you looking forward to meeting anybody in particular besides Brett? Because you're meeting him right now. You're with him right now.
I love meeting the race fans. They're the heart and soul of what we do. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have a sport. Right. So I'm looking forward to meeting the race fans, hanging out with the drivers, being a positive role model. I've been coming here since I was a little girl.
How did you end up coming here first time?
I was 7 when I came here for the first time. My dad actually crewed with Kenny Farrier.
Okay.
And that was all it took. I would sit in the grandstands with my mom, and when I turned 13, they finally decided, let's give her a try in the pits, because why not?
Because why not?
Right.
Because why not? And that was it. I didn't sign up for sports in high school. I didn't do nothing because I was that concerned that
You would miss the race.
it was going to interfere with going racing on Saturday nights.
Right.
I wasn't going to do it.
That's awesome.
Right.
That's awesome.
Well,
Please.
Christina has done a great job for
Yes,
us, right?
she's amazing.
2018, and I know she's a great role model for all you guys
Yes,
because
very much.
she is such a supporter of the track, and she did a lot for
is.
this contest. So she actually put this together for
I was
you.
going to say, I was like, this is.
And,
I was eyeing this thing up, and if black wasn't like, well, I guess
So
Ryan sounds really romantic.
there's all the
Yeah.
things that we promised. We've come through with her help. She made a great basket for you, and
Gosh, that's so nice.
I want you to enjoy the season fully. I want you to, if you can, educate fans, new fans,
Definitely.
entertain the kids, and just be the best that you can be for us.
Of course. I'm looking forward to having that opportunity to be the positive role model. I'm so looking forward to it.
Psyched. That's awesome.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect. It's a gift basket, man.
It really is. Look at that.
It's very
Look at all that sparkle.
Very well
Yeah.
done. Every girl, like my fiance says, every girl needs a little bling.
Every
Definitely.
girl needs a little bling.
And
So-
would you just mention the sponsors?
I was just going to say,
Yeah,
it was like,
appreciate
listen,
that.
now, please correct me if I'm saying this incorrectly, but DeAndre's Jeweler.
DeAndreas.
DeAndre's. Okay, thank you. I don't want to say anybody's name wrong. So, DeAndre's Jeweler, RB Artistry, Creative Nail Salon, and of course, Christina Contento, who doesn't stop, representing this racetrack. But,
She's awesome.
no pressure, but you got some big shoes to fill.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Well, we look forward to having you, and congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
See you in a
you.
couple weeks.
I'll be here.
Not sooner.
Probably sooner.
All right.
So, without further ado, the driver of the number 44 Superior.
Yeah.
Who is it? What is it?
Superior model.
Superior model. Big block, small block, sportsman. Are you gonna go late model racing like Stu too, or?
I wish.
You're and you're no Tim Pitts either. I'm going to tell you right now.
That's all right. I don't try to
You
be, but-
introduce a track champion, and you don't even know who's sponsoring.
Listen, Brett. There's only so much happiness I can have in my voice that for a guy that has driven around me so often. So like I don't. You're asking a lot on that.
All right, so here's my take on Anthony. I've known him for a long time.
Yep.
And I he's never told me this, but I think he holds me in high regard for most of the time, right? Especially when you first started racing. But I watch you do interviews with people. You don't talk a lot. You're a pretty quiet dude.
Yeah, pretty quiet.
And so I got to try to get you to loosen up a little bit. So I said, do you want to talk about racing or do you want to talk about golf? Anthony Perrego has, from what I heard, and we meant to play a couple times and we never got around to it, but I heard you're a pretty good golfer. I know you're a pretty good golfer. I didn't hear it. I know you are. And you played from the time that you were probably 5 years old.
Yeah, I would say 4 or 5. I was swinging golf clubs and
But-
playing on the course, yeah.
But racing gets in the way of that. A
Yeah,
lot.
racing's really in the way of that right now.
Right.
There's
So-
not much time for it.
When you were, we all pick our sports, right? So you're doing you're a pretty damn good golfer, right? What's your handicap?
That was a 0.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's pretty good,
Yeah.
to say the least. If anybody knows anything about golf, that's pretty damn good. But racing was your thing, really. That you knew racing was your thing more than golf. You
Yeah.
like golf, but I mean, you could have taken that somewhere, right?
Yeah, I probably could have taken golf somewhere, but racing, it's a pretty bad habit. So
Right.
the more racing that we did, the more it got in the way of golf, and
Right.
golf kind of faded away.
Right. And don't you think, as you get going, that the better you do, the more you want to race? Obviously, it's like any other game, right? If you know that you can be a winner at it,
Yeah, winning's
All of a
fun.
sudden it becomes, and then after that it becomes like you start looking, and we talked about this before. Is like, all right, so now I know I'm a pretty good racer. How do I take this to the next level? How do I get to that tipping point where I can actually get paid to do this, which is really cool, right? And then actually, there's a point where you say like, okay, I don't have to have a regular job anymore. I can actually race full time, which is what you do, right?
Yep, correct. Coming up through was crazy ride. Starting from sportsman and moving up to modified, and
Piecing things
obviously
together.
doing it for a living. Got a lot of gray hair from it, but I love doing it every day. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
when you figure out how to like explain it to people, write a book, and then you won't have to race anymore. You can just sell that because a lot of people will buy it.
yeah, a guy that comes racing with us, he told me I should write one thing down a day if what happens, and we can make a hell of a buck out of it.
That's
right. I wish I could remember half the stuff that's happening. to me.
That's what I say about
Unbelievable.
teaching too.
Right. Right. But so, I remember when you guys were just, the year that I ran Accord all year, you were just starting to piece some stuff together and move out of sportsman, and you had quite a bit of success. But you know how hard that is, right? I need a better motor. I need more tires. I need wheels. I need this and that. But then all of a sudden, you just got to that point where, Gary Mint stepped up and gave you a ride, and you had good stuff. And then, tell me about your sponsor now. He's awesome, dude.
Yeah, Brian's awesome. He gives us everything we need, and really, I control the program. So it's really cool what he does for us. We got a lot of good help in the shop. Mike Pietrzak, he helps me pretty much every day. So, a lot of good pieces of the puzzle came together, and Brian obviously gives us everything we need to, we do a lot of racing on the road. So 60 races a year, it's a lot for him too.
It is a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. You find like the better you do, the more guys want to be around you.
Yeah, definitely.
It definitely helps, right?
When things are on the low, it's hard to find the people to come to shop. And when things are going good, you
You
got
can't
more
get-
people
you
around.
got more people than you need, right?
Yeah, we got a good little group of guys that pretty much stay together
Know
now.
their
and
stuff.
it's, helps me out a ton.
Yeah. Well, how would you rate your season so far? I mean, you've been to Florida, you've been on the STSS thing, and I mean, you're in the hunt. What do you think?
Yeah, it's highs and lows. Florida, we started out with, I think it was 2 8th place finishes, when we were starting deep in the field in both of them. And unfortunately, the last night we got caught up in a wreck in the heat race and banged up a car pretty good. So, you come home and you got some torn up equipment already early in the season. It's a tough gig. And
Especially when you're 20 hours away.
yeah, so, we only brought one car down there. So we ended up calling a night and came home early. And, we started out fairly well in the Northeast, down there in Georgetown with the small block. I thought we were capable of winning that race and flat tire. And next night we were top 5. And Sealands Grove, second to Buchetti. Things were looking on the up and up. And then Port Royal, I think a rock hit the oil line, and we were DNF there. So the highs and lows racing already starting 21.
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah. What are you doing different for 2021 here at Orange County?
Same, big block, small block.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously our small block program is really good.
I know. I know very well. 2019, I think you kicked my butt about every week in that small block for sure.
All right, mine too.
I did get.
Who's asking?
I got a little even at the end there with the big block, but your small block was awesome, and the new track has really lent itself to your driving style, I think.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as the track changed, I was kind of worried about it because we were doing some upstate New York racing, and we would roll up there and run about 14th, 15th, and then things kind of just turned around as soon as the track changed here. We're really good on the slippery stuff now.
Yeah, for sure. So I would expect that you between the two divisions you'll have a pretty good year. I think it's pretty safe to say. I think you're pretty confident.
Yeah, just the way the year started out to get back racing here, we're excited for it.
Yeah, that's good. So what do you think? Well, I mean, I asked this to everybody. What do you think of the schedule? I mean, bouncing back and forth between small block and big block. Does it make a lot of difference to you? Or
I think it makes it a little bit easier for us. You're not racing the small block and big block on the same night.
which is hard. People don't realize how hard that is.
You got a lot of stuff going on throughout the night, and if you ever have issues, it's hard to say, okay, well, we got to do this to the small block, but our big block's out of shape right now. So
Right.
you got a lot going on, and things can't really, you can't give 100% to each car. So I think it makes it a little bit easier on the crew and everything.
So you're going to do, you told me you're going to do Albany, Saratoga on Friday nights. Is that going to be a regular there?
Yep, regular at Albany, Saratoga. Obviously, we're sitting okay in the Dale points right now, so keep going those south races. But towards the middle of the year, it gets tough. You know, you get a lot of racing happening. We're racing Friday nights, Thursday nights once in a while here at Orange County, and obviously Saturdays with the small block. So things get out of hand there, but if you're running well, you know, it pays to keep pushing through it.
So besides the STSS races, you'll probably just hit or miss to pick what you want to do.
Yeah, it's just a hit or miss with the Super Dirt Car Series. You know, we're kind of in a bad location for that. You know,
so that brings me back to Oktoberfest, because I mean you did how many? You only did two of the five,
two of them, yeah.
And you won both of them, right?
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, just looking at the schedule, you know, we're like, the next weekend we had to go to Port Royal, I believe it was, and I was like, well, if we run 5 here, you're going to have a lot of work to do to the car, so if we can kind of just pick and choose and have our backup car ready to go to Port Royal, we'll be in good shape. And, you know, we were really fast. We went to Malta, and we had a good draw, started up front and won that race. And I'm like, okay, maybe we should go to Weedsport or Utica Rome. It rained out. So then our original plan was just to go on Friday to Can-Am, and we stuck to it.
Unbelievable. And, you know, sometimes you just got to know when to hold them, right? And you know when to save your stuff for the next race.
Yeah, you know, I guess over the last, you know, few years of modified racing, if you try to do too much, it usually kind of bites you. So, you know, just the more experience I got, you know, I learned just to do what we can.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right. So, I mean, do you have anything else for Anthony?
I mean, like,
is there anything else that came in off the wire?
I was kind of curious about, you know, like there's a lot of prestigious racetracks in the Northeast, right? Here, the Valley, Fonda, won a lot of Fonda, right? So like, how was that experience? Kind of like checking off racetracks in the Northeast.
Yeah, it gets crazy to think about as you're kind of driving to the track. You're like, oh, we won here, we won there, you know, and obviously, you know. Being from Middletown, it's obviously cool to win here, you know, quite often. And Fonda was a big one. You know, to be freezing there, winning every week, and we rolled in there and we were able to win one there was pretty cool.
Yeah, because, you know, for the last, at least when you won that race, it was like last 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row, which is untouchable. So
it just seems like you get to a point where in your career where like all of a sudden, you know, you could go good almost every track you go to, but it takes a while to get there. Like you can start getting really good at one track like Middletown or Accord or wherever you might do all the time, and then when you first start to branch out, it's like, oh man, this is a different world. But then all of a sudden it sort of comes to you, and then once it comes to you, then you go to every track thinking, okay, I can do this anywhere. They all go in circles, right?
Yeah.
What the hell? You know, it's not like you're going to a road course.
Yeah, it's also true. So we've got the 60th anniversary or the 60th annual Eastern States. You've come so close to that race every year, either in the big block or the small block. You know, it's if you haven't damn near won the thing, you had heartbreak. You know, a couple years. What is it? When you, because I know you're going to win it eventually. When you win it, what is it like? What does that race mean to you?
Obviously, it means a lot. You know, coming here every week. That's kind of what you're racing for every week. You know, kind of learning something to put towards Eastern States. But cars just haven't felt right. I mean, you need a little bit of luck. Obviously, you know, really good race car. So it would mean a lot to win Eastern States. Been close, but. You know, I think the Centennial race might have meant a little bit more, but we'll leave that one in the past.
Yeah, that would have been unbelievable because that race, you were so fast for a while. Oh my God! I got to tell you one more funny story about Eastern States. The first year that you drove Bill Pasquale's car, that was the first ride that you did with him. Was that Eastern States? Was the first time you drove that car?
Yeah, first car.
All right, so I had pitted, and I was really fast that day. I had pitted, and I'm running my way back, trying to run my way back to the front again, after the pit sequence. And there's this three car, right? And I'm like, who is driving this car? What a pain in the ass this guy is. Well, how is that? I didn't recognize the car. I didn't know who was in it. And I'm like, I wasn't surprised to find out that it was you driving the car because I'd never seen that car go that fast before, and I'm thinking he should just like let me go and let me get on with it. And we kept on going back and forth like the whole race, right?
Yeah, I think I ended up getting a flat tire on lap 29.
But we were past each other like 4 or 5, 6 times, I think.
Yeah,
going through traffic,
and we pitted, and somehow, the pit sequence, I was going to have to pit again because you couldn't pit at that time. So, I was like, maybe if I race him hard enough, he'll burn his stuff up, and it'll come back to me later in the race. And I think you ended up getting a right rear flat on the last lap or something. So the cards almost worked out for me there. But no, it was definitely cool racing through traffic. I think we did pass each other about 10 different times.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like I didn't. And the funny thing was, I just didn't know it was you. I had no idea. I'd never seen that car run that fast before. So that's my Eastern State story when it comes to you.
Anything else you want to touch on before we wrap things up here?
You want to say anything else about anybody else that helps you out in particular? Or
I just got to obviously thank Brian for everything he does and keeps us racing and keeps us going with anything we needed. Penske Racing Shocks, Dave Reedy helps me out a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Motor Mike, he's in the shop with me a lot and keeps all our motors fine-tuned. So just got to thank all of them. My girlfriend Brittany, she's selling shirts, so if anybody can get on the Facebook and buy a couple shirts and help us out for some tires.
yeah, so maybe I want to talk to you about maybe doing something in our store here that's going to be open for the opener, Dave's Collectibles. Maybe we can, if you got T-shirts to sell, maybe we can work something out with him and get your shirts there under the grandstand.
Sounds good.
We are going to have people in the grandstand. That's awesome. All right, so 2021 is here. We're not going to talk about the whole list of rookies, but I'll tell you what we will do. We do have 15 rookies signed up so far.
Yes.
And so that'll be a nice field, and
Yeah.
we'll probably get a few more before the opener,
Yeah.
which is actually
Which is nice.
for them is April 10th.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to seeing everybody this weekend for practice.
Yeah.
Get a handle on the racetrack. Hopefully I got a handle on the racetrack, and Carmen does, and Anthony does, and not you, Anthony. Anthony, my track guy, and good luck this year. Have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Keep it on all four,
Yeah, we'll try.
and I'll see you down the road.
All right,
Thank
cool.
you very much.
Thank you,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Any more episodes?
Talking Dirty will return for more episodes during the season. Thanks for
Oh,
joining
yeah?
us.
Nice.